Normally, I don't do live streams for Madden on Friday. However, because of Hurricane Irma, sorry if you heard that in the background, but because of Hurricane Irma, I've had to, delay my live stream. I would have gotten some done early this morning, but I had other obligations which I cannot mention at this time. But I have 8 games on the slate for you. My original 4 was Bucks versus Bears, Steelers versus Vikings, Chargers versus Dolphins, Falcons versus Packers. But I added 4 more. So before I do Dolphins versus Chargers, I'll have to do the other 1 o'clock games. Eagles, Chiefs, Patriots, Saints. I think Cardinals and Colts are a 1 o'clock game as well. Anyway, welcome everybody. I'm Josh9180, and in case you could tell, yes, this is my voice. I am back. The reason I couldn't do my voice for live streams last week is it's a funny story. I packed up my stuff to go to my sister. It was stay with my sister at her in-laws' place to help out with her son, my nephew. I pack up my PlayStation 4, my two of my games, WWE 2K17, which I will be training in for 2K18. I'm thinking of if I'm getting the deluxe edition, so I can, not have to pay an extra $20 for the season pass. But here's a kicker for this. I get my controller, my games, my system. I back on my laptop and as well. But here's the kicker. I forgot to bring my microphone. So I didn't have a live mic. Hurricane Irma came and passed. Only thing that really affected me was when I got home to my apartment. Electricity was working, but the internet, no, it wasn't. That's why I had to delay it. My internet just went back up yesterday. I had to do a tweet-a-thon on Twitter because when I watch Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, and NXT, I tweet as different characters. But I had to do an extra show because of the Mae Young Classic Finals. I tweet as fictional characters, animated or live-action characters, Go on my Twitter, twitter.com/JB9180 SMHR, which SMHR, if you're wondering what the hell that means, Social Media Host Revolution. First and foremost, before I get this game started, Bears and Bucks is the first live stream, I want to take this opportunity to thank the first responders for the great job they did in, helping people out through this tough time with Hurricane Irma. Especially the first responders who helped out a couple weeks ago in Houston with Hurricane Harvey slammed Houston. Let me just say, this is for the people in Houston who are getting their lives back together, and for the people here in Florida or anywhere else who are getting their lives back together after Hurricane Irma. Let me just say, I'm dedicating all my live streams today to you. And folks, let me just say this, you think that you can go through life without anything bad happening. The worst side, my internet was down in my apartment. There are people who had a hell of a lot worse than internet being gone down, power being out. There are people who've lost their homes, were displaced, whatever. Some have died. there are a hell of a lot worse things you could lose besides power and internet. And let me just say to all of those in Houston who are cleaning up after Hurricane Harvey, and for those who are cleaning up after Hurricane Irma, huge shout out to y'all. Huge shout out to the first responders. I cannot wait to watch the Bucs game this Sunday because, you know, I know the first responders are getting tickets to go to the game. They deserve it. I mean, without the first responders, I'm sure there'd be a lot more deaths, if you know what I mean. And let me just say this, you know, I mean, if people who complain about internet being down and power being out, trust me, you could have lost a hell of a lot more. One year in 2004 or 2005, I believe, whenever one of those, I think it was either Irene or, no, not Irene, I'm sorry, Charlie or whoever, whatever the hell else hurricane was that year in Florida. I was in my house with my dad. I was in my dad's house. He was recovering from a stroke. We heard something crash to the ground. And I looked at my dad and go, the hell was that? And he goes, I don't know. We took a peek outside. A big tree that has been right to the right side of my dad's house for as long as I can remember. For as long as he's lived there. Uprooted and blocked the neighbor's car, his neighbor's car in the garage. Luckily for our neighbor, he had the garage door closed. I mean, it was scary. Alright, let me just say this right now. In closing, before we start the game, just remember, before you go on Facebook or Twitter or whatever to complain about losing power, or even go on the news to complain about on the internet, or go on the news to complain about losing power on the internet, trust me, if you've seen how much the people in Houston have lost with Hurricane Harvey and how much some have lost with Hurricane Irma, you could have lost a hell of a lot more than just power and internet. I mean, you can replace stuff, but you can't replace lives. Alright, time to get going. Soon, I'm sorry, you know, let me just say, I mean, at this time, let's have a brief moment of silence for those who have lost their lives due to Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, and for those who are just getting their after these tragic storms. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say this, that life is short, so be fortunate that if you and your family members survive, that be fortunate you're alive. Help is going to come as quickly as it can. Be patient. I mean, y'all saw what the hell New Orleans went through with Hurricane Katrina many years ago, right? Again, you could have lost a hell of a lot more. All right, you ready? Let's get to it. Folks, the first game is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Chicago Bears. And let me say, you know, this is going to be a good one. Bears lead the all-time series 38-19. They are 3-5 all-time at Raymond James Stadium. They played in the first ever game of Raymond James Stadium history back in September of '98. I happened to watch the Bears and Falcons, and I was impressed with Tariq Cohen. Really impressed. Mike Glenn, not so much. And this is Madden NFL 18 here on the Josh 9180 network, channel whatever. And we have our first live stream of week 2. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Chicago Bears. Time to head out to the boneyard that is known as Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. And Mike Glennon, the former Bucs backup, is ready to start against his former team as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get ready to take the field against the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears. And there's quarterback Jameis Winston, who's going to be going up against one of the guys he had to replace as a starter, Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon, former Buccaneer quarterback, 5 wins as a Buck quarterback. Bears lead the all-time series 38-19, but that's mostly when these two used to be rivals in the old NFC Central. And here's the kick by by Brian Anger. Cunningham will return it. And he gets it to the 31. And that's where former Buccaneer quarterback Mike Glennon will start with the ball. Glennon only had 1 touchdown pass a season ago, playing garbage time for Jameis Winston. One thing about Mike Glennon's game, he has a really good deep throw. His short game, however, it's not as bad as Tim Tebow's, but it's not that good at all, quite frankly. 1st and 10. Glennon will hand off to Jordan Howard. Howard gets to about the 40, a 9-yard gain. This will bring up 2nd and 1. And Jordan Howard getting tripped up by Gerald McCoy, finished off by Robert Ayers. Vernon Hargreaves got in there on the play. 2nd and 1 coming up. Glennon, play action fake to Howard. Throws. It is caught in bounds, but he'll be short of the 1st down. Let me take a look at the Bears offense. Kyle Long and Bobby Massey, 2 big guys up front. Of course, the receivers, Kendall Wright and Josh Bellamy. Tariq Cohen, the rookie who last week gave the Atlanta Falcons a ton of fits. Slot receiver is Marcus Wheaton, former Pittsburgh Steeler, 3rd and inches. Glennon in the shotgun. Maybe he's looking to go deep. Glennon throws. It is caught by Josh Bellamy for a 1st down. And he will have it at the Buccaneer 46. 1st down, Tampa Bay. Mike Glennon, former North Carolina State University quarterback. who took over a starting job in college for Russell Wilson when he went to the University of Wisconsin. Little fun fact there. Glennon's last victory as a quarterback, or one of his best victories as a quarterback, I remember. Hang on a minute. Howard on 1st and 10 runs it to the 39. I think this was his last victory at quarterback. Let me just say this. I think Glennon's last victory as a starting quarterback in the National Football League came in Pittsburgh when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won in the final minute of the fourth quarter against the Steelers. Second down 3. Glennon, play action fake. In trouble. In trouble. He's really in trouble here. Glennon, he's going to be sacked by Golston. He'll get a half a sack. Can't really tell who got the other one. I think Kendall Beckswift gets his first NFL half a sack. Will Golston coming into the backfield. Gets taken down. Backfield barely gets a hand on him for the sack. I think Beckswift got to him. I'm sorry, it's Golston and Robert Ayers, excuse me. Sorry, it's hard to tell on that one. 3rd down 7, slot receiver is Tariq Cohen. Rookie Tariq Cohen. Glennon, 3rd and 7. Halftime. Looking, throws, it is out of bounds. 4th and 7 coming up from the 43. John Fox has coached against the Buccaneers. He used to coach against them twice a year when he was a coach for the Carolina Panthers. 4th down 7, punt coming up here. O'Donnell with the punt. And the ball will go out to the end zone for a touchback. Buck starts to drive at 20. Quarterback Jameis Winston coming out here. Remember, the Buccaneers did not play against the Miami Dolphins last week due to Hurricane Irma. That game has been rescheduled for Week 11. Excuse me, if I burped, I'm sorry. Here's going to be the starting running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, Doug Martin serving the first 3 games of the season on suspension. Martin that's Rodgers. Rodgers will take the handoff and gets to the gain of 8 to the 28. Brings up 2nd and 2. Doug Martin was suspended for 4 games. He missed the last game of the season last year because he was cleared to come back. And he's missing the first 3 games, so it's week 4 again. So it was supposed to be week 4 against the Giants when he came back, but it's going to be week 5 against the Patriots because of the fact that the Dolphins-Bucks game was moved to week 11. That game is going to be treated as a week 11 matchup now. 2nd and 2. Winston hands off to Rodgers. Rodgers gets a first down. Jacquizz Rodgers filled in nicely for Charles Sims and Doug Martin last year. Even got a 100-yard game in his Bucs debut against the Carolina Panthers in a game where they won, shockingly enough, with a long field goal by Roberto Aguayo. Actually, it got easier for him once Carolina took a stupid penalty in the last minute of the game. Last 30 seconds, that is. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jacquizz Rodgers. Gets a gain of 5. This will bring up 2nd down. There's about 5. Buccaneers line up front with Ali Marpet as a center. J.R. Sweezy back this season. Cameron Brate course, you have O.J. Howard, but Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. Those are going to be a dangerous receiver combo if Jackson can stay healthy. And I know even if Jackson is not going to be doesn't stay healthy, they still got Adam Humphries. 2nd and 5. Shotgun, 3 wide receiver set. Winston has some time. Winston throws deep, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with a 63-yard touchdown catch. And the Buccaneers get on the board first to officially start off their 2017 season. And one new feature I don't think you'll see right away during this sequence that I've noticed is you can see the cannon firing after the Bucs score a touchdown or get a field goal. Actually, I've only seen that their touchdown so far. But the cannons, you do see the cannon fire. If anybody noticed that, you can comment that. Of course, I do not answer comments, unfortunately, so I'm sorry if I can't. I can type in what I say, but oh well. An extra point by Nick Folk is good. A 4-play, 80-yard drive. Capped off with a 63-yard touchdown pass from Jameis Winston to Mike Evans. Buccaneers 7, Bears nothing. Susie Colbert of ESPN challenged the Bucs to take advantage of the Bears, win the first game of officially their first game of the season this Sunday. Is there something you're not telling us here, Susie? Something you know that maybe we don't know? Maybe a little something that can help you improve yourself in your career? No, you probably had your reasons. And Cunningham's gonna like I said, Deontay Thompson, will return the kick, and Justin Evans, a rookie out of Texas A&M, with the hit. Ryan Smith with the hit is in on there as well. I don't think Justin Evans and Mike Evans are related. that'd be a coincidence right there. And the Bears going to start their second drive from the 28. Bears drove in the Buccaneers territory, but Mike Glennon could not get the Bears any further past the Buccaneers 43. 1st and 10, balls at the Bucs 28, the Bears 28, excuse me. Glennon dropping way back, throws incomplete. Looking for Zach Miller. Now we're going to take a look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense, a defense which I saw during the preseason. Even their first team looked awesome. Golston, McCoy, Baker, and Ayers. Might see a little Noah Spence. Beckwith, the rookie out of LSU, with Quan Alexander and Levante David. And look at this. Brent Grimes, TJ Ward, Chris Conte, and Vern Hargraves. Bucs might have one of the toughest secondaries to contend with in the National Football League. TJ Ward just signed right before the Bucs were scheduled to play Miami. Of course, Ward was let go by the Denver Broncos, a team he won the Super Bowl with. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Jordan Howard. Howard has some breathing room and gets the first down to the 45. First down, Chicago. The Bears have had 2 Super Bowl appearances and only one. That was the 1985 Bears team. That had one of the league's all-time, one of the most dominant defensive of all time in the National Football League. The Buccaneers, as you know, as some of you may not know, won the Super Bowl themselves in their only appearance, Super Bowl 37. First and 10, ball at the Bears' own 45. Glennon hands off to Howard, and Howard is met by the rookie Kendall Beckwith. And Beckwith takes him down in the backfield. And I think, the Bucs have tooled their defense up smartly, whether they're drafting them or got guys through free agency, whatever. Trades, whatever.
I think they've tooled their defense up nicely. 2nd and 11. Glennon back to throw. It is caught for a first down by Marcus Wheaton on the dive. First down, Chicago, 13-yard pickup. On 2nd down. Wheaton, the former Pittsburgh Steelers receiver. The Bears had Victor Cruz on their roster, but he wasn't good enough to make the Bears roster. First and 10, ball at the 43. Hand off to Jordan Howard, and Howard gets taken down at the Buccaneer 38. Second and 5. Second and 5. Here's a snap. Glennon in the shotgun. Throws. It is caught by Marcus Wheaton for a first down. And 2 catches, 25 yards for Wheaton. That's another first down for the Bears on this drive. Frank Grimes, T.J. Ward getting in there to make sure he didn't get any further. First and 10 from the Buccaneer 25. Glennon takes the handoff. He hands the ball off. Fumble, football, ball is loose. Recovered by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think Lavonte David came up with the football right there. Let's take a look at this. Jordan Howard hit. And I think, yes, Lavonte David came up with the recovery. This was hit by Quan Alexander that knocked the ball loose, and now Jameis Winston and the Bucs have an opportunity to cash in on the turnover. 3:33 left here in the first quarter. Bucs lead 7-0 off of Mike Evans' 63-yard touchdown bomb. This is from the 21, 1st and 10 from the Bucs on 21, excuse me. Winston, play action fake. Throws, it is almost intercepted. By 31 of the Bears. As we take a look at the Chicago Bears defense, 3-4 defense, Akeem Hicks, this guy is a beast. He was a beast last week against Atlanta. Danny Trevathan, is only a veteran on pretty much on defense. And 31 is Marcus Cooper. Prince Akumura. I don't think he played last week against the Falcons. If he didn't, they could have used him. This is now 2nd and 10. Hand off to Jaquez Rogers. He has a wide open lane. And he's taken out at the 21. 4 carries, 25 yards so far for Jaquez Rogers, the former Atlanta Falcon. And yes, he was brought in because of the work that Dirk Cutter did with him. In Atlanta as an offensive coordinator. I think when Mike Smith was the coach, of course, he's defensive coordinator for the Bucs. 3rd and 2. Winston hands off to Rogers. Rogers has a first down and more to the 37. Tampa Bay looking to take advantage of the fumble recovery by Lavonte David on Jordan Howard, which was forced by Quan Alexander. Quan Alexander and Lavonte David are going to be 2 of the most dangerous linebackers in the league, in my opinion. I think they'll be in the top 10 Each of them could be in the top 10 in tackles in the National Football League this year at best. Of course, I look at Levante David, I see Derek Brooks, you know. I know it's cliche and all that, but hey. I mean, guys like David and McCoy remind me of Sapp and Brooks, you know. 1st and 10. That was from the good old days. Play action fake to Rodgers by Winston. Winston has time. Winston in trouble. Winston, he is in trouble and he will be sacked. Goldman gets in there and has a little help to take Jameis Winston down for a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Eddie Goldman, I think you got Akeem Hicks coming in there to help. Number 97. 44 for the Bears also came in to help. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 13. Winston throws. It is caught. Is it caught? They're gonna, yeah, it is caught by Chris Godwin, his first NFL catch. Well, we don't know if that's how his first catch will go, and I think we might see this get challenged because of how close it looked. Well, no challenge. I mean, okay, I'm kind of surprised. No challenge there. 3rd and 4. Sims in the backfield, the 3rd down back. Throws, caught by Mike Evans. He's got a 1st down. His 2nd catch of the day. 2 catches, 80 yards. Hell, when I play on my season with the Buccaneers, I usually average 10 catches and over 250 yards a game with Mike Evans. And I'm undefeated so far. First and 10. Winston has some time. Throws deep. It is incomplete. Looking for Evans. That would have been a 40-yard touchdown pass. You imagine Winston having 2 touchdown passes of 30 yards or more to the same guy here in the first quarter? That would be amazing. 5 runs, 5 passes for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, they've had 11 plays. Yes, a sack does count, in my opinion, does count as a play. Otherwise, you wouldn't have it on the stat sheets. And a run by Jaquez Rodgers makes it 3rd and 4, 6-yard gain. Third and 4. Slot receiver is Adam Humphries. 3rd down 4. Here's the snap. Winston has some time. Throws. It is caught by Deshaun Jackson. His first catch as a Buccaneer. He gets a 1st down at the Chicago 30. Danny Trevathan with the catch. Welcome to Tampa Bay, Deshaun Jackson. Trevathan, of course, former teammate with Bucs free safety, Bucs 50, I believe, T.J. Ward in Denver when they won the Super Bowl together. Speaking of Denver, I will be live streaming their game between the Broncos and Cowboys later on tonight. 1st and 10. Play action fake Winston. Winston has time. Throws caught by Adam Humphries for a 1st down at the 15. And that is the end of the first quarter. Winston, 5 of 9, 109 yards, a touchdown. Been sacked once. But Tampa Bay is knocking on the door, trying to cash in off the turnover. The Jordan Howard fumble recovered by David. 7-0 Bucks as we will go into the second quarter. And Madden NFL 18 is brought to you by Snickers. Hungry? Grab a Snickers, because Snickers satisfies. You're not you when you're hungry. Josh980 here on my channel for a live stream. I'm going to be doing, this is the first of 8 consecutive games I'm doing. I do plan on doing 8 games in a row. I will take time after each game to write down, to type in the stats and then post them on Twitter. Twitter.com/JB9180 SMHR. SMHR stands for Social Media Health Revolution. Winston throws, caught by Mike Evans. He's down to 3. First and goal to go. Tampa Bay at the Bears 3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are taking advantage of what to me looks like a pretty weak secondary and linebacker core for the Chicago Bears. Kiwatowski with the tackle on that play. I think that's how you say his name, Kiwatowski. I don't know. Evans, 3 catches on 4 targets. First and goal. Winston will fire. Caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphries, a 3-yard touchdown catch. Buccaneers 13, Bears nothing. And there's also a fireworks feature you see. And folks, I was thinking of doing the Color Rush game with the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals, but didn't have time to get that one going because my internet just came back up yesterday. Folks, extra point is good. 12 plays, 80 yards, and 4 minutes, 2 seconds. And by the way, I want to send a special congratulations out to YouTuber Super Zom Barbecue. He has surpassed 100,000 games played on the WWE Supercard. If you're a WWE Supercard player, then you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't, check it out. I recommend you check it out. Some awesome cards, and be sure to leave a like on this video with a Mike Evans touchdown catch. If you're a Bucs fan, or if you're a Bear, and Akeem Hicks sack. Excuse me. Not Akeem Hicks, it's Akeem Hicks. Sorry. Anyway, Jordan Howard, 6 rushes, 39 yards and a fumble. Really, he's been the only bright spot for the Bears up until that fumble. Mike Glennon has actually completed a couple throw the ball deep. However, short game, not as bad as Tim Tebow's, but just not the level of NFL quarterback as you would expect. And Jordan Howard runs it through to the 40 for a first down. Howard trying to make up for that fumble that the Buccaneers cashed in on to make it 14-0. The first game ever in the Raymond James team history was a 27-15 win for the Buccaneers against these Bears. In that game, this is way before the days of Odell Beckham. Way before the days of Odell Beckham. Dave Moore had a one-handed grab for like a 40 or 50-yard touchdown reception as he caught a pass from Trent Dilfer. First and 10. Glennon, roll out, throws, caught by Kendall Wright for a first down. Wright, the former Tennessee Titan, with the catch and the first down. And Mike Glennon knows that he has to play really well because he's got Mitchell Trubisky, rookie out of North Carolina, ready to take the job if necessary. Of course, after that, you got Mark Dirty Sanchez, or as I call him, Butt Fumble Sanchez. First and 10 from the Buccaneers 45. Glennon hands off to Howard. And he gets driven to the ground by former Bear Chris Conte. Conte had a pick 6 last year against the Bears in the 36-10 win for the Bucs.
Of course, it was in that same game where Jameis Winston hit Mike Evans with one of the best catches of 2016, where Winston dropped back, ran in and out of his end zone, and found Mike Evans deep around midfield between the Bears 40 and midfield last year. And Howard with another run for a first down to the Buccaneers 34. For those of you who are watching, thank you for joining me. And for those of you who are watching this, after it was live, I appreciate the support. And I apologize for the long speech before, but I just had to, get it out there about, how lucky we are to have first responders for Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Harvey. Flag on the play, and this will be a false start against the Bears. One thing that can kill momentum for the Bears in this, or any offense, is false start. Chris Leno will get called for a false start. John Fox barking at the official. The official's like, I don't want to hear it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. First and 15. Glennon on first and 15 rolls out. Incomplete. He had pressure coming at him. And I can't even tell who that was, but he had the pressure coming at him. Second and 15. There's Gerald McCoy. Lennon dropping back on second and 15. Has some time. Throws. It is caught by Kendall Wright. Does he have enough for a first down? No, he is short by a few inches. 30 inches. Second catch of the game for Wright for 30 yards. 30 inches coming up here. Coming up on 7 minutes to go before halftime. The Buccaneers 14, Bears nothing. You hear the Tampa Bay chants from the fans. 3rd and inches. Glennon. Play action fake. Throws. Caught by Deion Sims. Down to the 5. First and goal to go. Chicago Bears from the Buccaneer 5. 20-yard catch on 3rd and inches for Deion Sims. They needed inches. They got 20 yards. On 3rd and inches. Chris Conte and Vernon Hargraves got in there to make sure he didn't get into the end zone. Mike Glennon, former Buccaneer quarterback, starting against his former team. First and goal at the 5. Glennon in the shotgun. Glennon, handoff to Jordan Howard. Taken down at the 3. Second and goal coming up. Levante David with a tackle. Oh, Jordan Howard has been wearing this Buccaneer defense down. His running game only 10 carries. I had one game where I had 20 rushes with Doug Martin in the first quarter against the Atlanta Falcons. And I was playing in their new stadium. Second and goal. Lennon, play action fake, throws. It is caught by Zach Miller, but he'll be only gain 1 as he's down to 2. 3rd and goal coming up here. Levante David gets there to stop him this again. Last year the Bears lost 36-10. Before this, they had like a 3-game winning streak against the Bucs, which was snapped last year. Third and goal. Glennon hands off to Tariq Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. Tariq Cohen
Gets into the end zone on 3rd and goal. Bears are on the board with a touchdown. The Bears coming in have won 5 of their last 7 against the Buccaneers. Going back to November of 2005. And the extra point by Connor Barth, former Buccaneer kicker, is good. Actually, 2002 was like the first year the Bucs didn't have to play the Bears twice a year. Since 2002, Bucs are 4-5 against the Bears in 9 meetings since they realigned the divisions and put the Bucs in the NFC South and kept the Bears in the other NFC Central rivals the Bucs had together in a division called the NFC division that's now known as the NFC North. Chris Berman called the old NFC Norris. Scratch your head on that one. Bernard Reedy with the return to the 30. And Bernard Reedy, this guy is quite a story. He's an Uber driver for the special needs people. Much love to Bernard Reedy for what he does. Buccaneers lead 14-7. Mike Evans, a 63-yard touchdown catch from Jameis Winston. Winston then hooked up with Adam Humphries for a 3-yard touchdown pass. Tariq Cohen on 3rd and goal from the 2 scored a touchdown to make it 14-7 on the recent drive. Rodgers with the handoff doesn't gain anything. Actually, barely gains a yard. Danny Trevathan with the tackle. Well, barely gains probably a couple, maybe an inch or two. I don't know. Or maybe had enough of an inch to gain a yard. I don't know. Evans has been targeted 4 times in this game. 2nd and 9. Winston on the play action. Fake to Rodgers. Throws. It is caught by O.J. Howard. His first NFL catch. First down, Tampa Bay at the Chicago 30. O.J. Howard, the rookie out of the University of Alabama, played his last college football game in this stadium when he was in the national title game with Alabama in the loss to Clemson. And what was an epic come-from-behind victory for Clemson in the final 10 seconds of the game. First and 10 from the 30. Winston dropping back under some heat. He's going to get sacked. Floyd with the sack. Bears have 2 sacks. Bucs have 1. This is, and I've watched the Falcons-Bears game last week. This is a little bit of what they were doing to Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan persevered. Of course, the Bears got burned in the secondary with that huge touchdown bomb to Austin Hooper. Maybe that's what Subi Colbert meant when she told the Bucs they got to take advantage of the Bears, challenging them to beat the Bears this Sunday. Oh, almost jumped off sides there. 2nd and 20. Winston throws. It is caught by Adam Humphries to the 36. 3rd catch for Adam Humphries. This will bring up 3rd and 16. And of course, no Roberto Aguayo this year for the Bucs. He was released in the preseason, went to the Bears, but Connor Barth was able to keep his job intact. Obviously, no doubt there. 3rd and 16. Winston fires. It is caught by Deshaun Jackson at the Bears 10. First and goal to go. Bucs at the Bears 10. second catch of the day for Deshaun Jackson. And from the looks of it, yeah, I think his tippy toes, he was inbounds as he controlled the ball. First and goal, Bucs from the Bears 10. First and goal. Winston. Under heat. Throws. It is incomplete. Godwin was in there along with, I think, maybe Evans. Actually, I see Godwin and Jaquez Rogers in there. I don't know. Second and goal from the 10. Being backed up to the Bears 10 gives the Bucs some options to work with. Throws. It is caught by Cameron Brate. And Brate wrestled out of bounds at the 2. Third and goal coming up. Brate, his first catch of the season. 8-yard completion. The Buccaneers have not punted yet. They had a 4-play drive for a touchdown. I think the previous drive was a 12-play drive after they took advantage of a turnover. Third and goal from the 2. Winston throws over the middle. It is caught. It is incomplete. Deshaun Jackson thought he had his first touchdown as a Buck, but they said he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I like to see an instant replay of that. This will be a 19-yard field goal attempt for Nick Folk, his first field goal attempt season from the former extra point distance. Snap, kick, good. Bucs 17, Bears 7. 3:08 to go before halftime. You know, I always wonder, what was the first ever Buccaneer-Bears game? You had to go way back to December 4th of 1977 in the midst of that long losing streak to the Chicago to start off their NFL franchise history. Bucs lost 10-0 to the Bears on December 4th, 1997. Their first win over the Bears came at Tampa Stadium, which then became Houlihan Stadium, 33-19. On October 22nd, 1978, Cunningham returns a kick out of the end zone as Anger kicks it off and Keith Tandy tackles him. And the longest winning streak for the Bears against the Bucs was a 12-game winning streak. Started on September 11, 1983, ended on October 8, 1989, when the Bucs beat the Bears 42-35. And Glennon on 1st and 10. From the 27, will get sacked. Lavonte David and Chris Baker in there. Baker records his first half a sack as a Buccaneer. If you're wondering, the Bucs' first ever win at Soldier Field, September 30th, 1979. 17-13, Bucs beat the Bears. That was, I think, the year that they won their first NFC Central title in their 4th year in the league, I believe. Their 3rd or 4th year in the league. That's all the history lessons for now. 2nd and 14. Glennon throws. It's caught by Jordan Howard. 9 of 12, 100 yards. Not a bad start for Glennon. I mean, he is getting his short game going good. Juan Alexander with a tackle. This is 3rd and 5. I think part of Glennon's short game in this situation is Jordan Howard's ability to run the football and, of course, get him manageable 3rd downs. 3rd and 5 for Glennon. Glennon back to throw. He gets a catch for a 1st down to Deion Sims. Sims gets to the Buccaneer 48 as we have reached a 2-minute warning. 1 minute 59 to go for halftime. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bucs 48. Bucs 17, Bears 7. Josh 9180 here on the YouTube live stream for Madden NFL 18. And of course, folks, I will be doing, this is the first of 8 games in a row I'm doing. Will I be able to survive this? Time will tell. 10 out of 13 for Glennon, not a bad start. Of course, the one black spot on the Bears is the fumble by Jordan Howard as Wheaton catches the ball for the 4th time, I believe. Hurry up offense for Glennon, 2nd and 5. Actually, this is his 3rd catch, 3 catches, 30 yards. Juan Alexander with a tackle. Glennon on 2nd and 5, off the hurry up, throws, it is caught by Wheaton. He is on his feet to the 4. 1st and goal to go, Bears at the Buccaneer 4. A 38-yard catch. After go, I don't know why the Bears aren't hurrying up. They caught the Buccaneers off guard with a hurry up. It's a great catch by Wheaton. As well as talking about Mike Glennon having that cannon arm. I mean, Winston, we've seen his cannon arm a couple times in this game. Conte with the 2 tackles today. 1st and goal from the 4 for Glennon. Glennon throws. It is almost intercepted by former Bear Chris Conte in the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 4. Second and goal. This is the first of 4 games the Bucs play against the NFC South this year. Glennon throws. It is incomplete. Looking for Kendall Wright, but Vernon Hargraves, the 2nd-year player out of the University of Florida, had the coverage. So bring up 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Slot receivers Deion Sims. Glennon has time. Throws. It is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown Bears. Kendall Wright from Mike Glennon. Bears make it interesting. They get 17-13 with 1:03 to go before halftime. Kendall Wright working against T.J. Ward in that situation. Connor Barth on the kick, the extra point. With 1:03 to go, make a 3-point game. Kick is up, and it is going to be good. Barth pulls the Bears within 3. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, Chicago Bears 14. Bucs defense worn out by Jordan Howard, and of course, Marcus Wheaton got a couple of huge deep catches. And 1:03 to go for halftime. If I'm the Bears, I would make sure the Buccaneers would have to start the drive from their own 25. Don't kick it to anybody who's a huge threat to return.
Lance Smith and Bernard Reedy are the two main returners for Tampa Bay. Barf. O'Donnell, I don't know, kicks it off. I think it's Barf, yeah. And taken down is Bernard Reedy at the 23. The Bucs will have the ball first coming out of halftime. There's Charles Sims, third down back, hasn't had any touches so far today. Really no need so far. Buccaneers last drive ended with a field goal to make it 17-14. They had a 17-7, excuse me. Bears have scored their last two drives. The Buccaneers have scored on all three drives. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Bears have, on their first 4 drives, punt, fumble, lost fumble, 2 touchdowns. Buccaneers call timeout after losing a yard. 56 seconds remaining. You would think the Bears would be the ones calling timeout, thinking they could probably get a shot at a field goal before halftime to tie this game, or maybe get a crazy fluke play for a touchdown. .56 seconds remaining. 2nd and 11 from the 22. Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida, on Dale Mabry and Martin Luther King Boulevard. Oh, actually not Martin Luther King Boulevard, I'm sorry. That's one road before that. Well, I don't know. 2nd and 11. Winston throws. It's batted down. Incomplete as he gets pressured by Young. Unring and Young and Hicks up front. Along with Goldman, Young, Hicks and Goldman. 3rd and 11. 54 seconds. Handoff to Charles Sims. Bears will call timeout. 51 seconds to go before halftime. The Bears could probably tie this game up. Floyd with a tackle. They could tie it up, maybe going into halftime, and then maybe if they can use this as momentum to start up the second half, but to prevent the Buccaneers from maybe getting points on the first drive of the second half, they could possibly have a chance to, well, make it a little interesting. Last year, there was one tie on the Madden NFL 17 live stream. That was Atlanta versus New Orleans. But in my defense, that was because the computer didn't know the difference between playing to win and playing to tie, because they kept running the ball rather than passing the damn ball. 4th and 11. Anger punts. That's a beauty of a punt. And this punt is going to be fielded by Tarek Cohen. Robert McClain, Cameron Lynch, and Ryan Smith take him down. Jordan Howard, 10 carries, 64 yards on the ground. Has lost a fumble, though. My suspicions say Quan Alexander forced a fumble and was recovered by Levante David. 40 seconds to go before halftime. Glennon has a chance to get the Bears in the field goal range as they start off on their own 27. 1st and 10. Glennon throws. It is caught by Jordan Howard. Timeout Bears. 35 seconds remaining. 2nd and 5. Bears have 230 yards of offense against the Bucs. 14 yards on 3 completions, I believe, for Jordan Howard. Yep. 3 catches, 14 yards. 64 yards on 10 carries. So that's 78 yards on 13 touches of total, with a fumble, a lost fumble. Bears 30 plays, of course, 31 if he's not the sack. Yes, the sacks matter. As a play, 2nd and 5. Glennon throws. It is caught by Deion Sims for a first down at midfield. Bears go and hurry up. Clock winding now. 3 catches, 58 yards for Deion Sims. Glennon on first and 10. Throws. Caught by Deion Sims. He's got another first down at the 36. From this range, it would be a 53-yard field goal attempt for the Chicago Bears to tie the game going into halftime. T.J. Ward and Ryan Smith with the tackle. And the Bears call timeout 6 seconds ago before halftime. They're out of timeouts. 53-yard field goal coming up here for Connor Barth to put this game into a 17-17 tie going into halftime. Not a bad first half so far in the first of 8 live streams in a row. This is going to be quite a marathon run, folks. That I'm going on, and I'm marking on. From 53 yards, Connor Barth, the former Buck. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. 2 seconds before halftime, Bucks and Bears are tied at 17. Bears coming back from 17-7 down to tie up before halftime. 2 seconds ago before halftime. Reedy will return it. And he gets taken down at the 25. This is where we'll end the first half. First half in the books. Jameis Winston, 2 touchdown passes. Glennon with 1. Tariq Cohen with a touchdown. Each kicker has a field goal. Barth and Folk. And it's a 17-17 tie at halftime. You look at the first half stats. Bears with 262 yards, Bucks with 227. Here was Mike Evans, a 63-yard touchdown catch. And then Jordan Howard, hit by Quan Alex, stripped by Quan Alexander, recovered by Levante David. And as my suspicions confirm there, Winston, to start off the second quarter, throws it to Adam Humphries for the touchdown to make it 14-0. But Tariq Cohen on 3rd and goal makes it 14-7. Buccaneers able to cash in on a red zone opportunity. 17-7. Marcus Wheaton with his huge catch sets up Mike Glennon to Kendall Wright to make it 17-14 on this touchdown catch. Bears would tie it up for halftime with a 53-yard field goal by Connor Barth. And that's where we stand, 17-all. Buccaneers will have the ball first coming out of halftime. There have been actually 3 overtime. In case there's somebody's wondering, there have been 3 overtime games in this rivalry. It stems back to, this is the 58th game of this history between these two teams. Buccaneers are 2-1 in overtime. 1 win it. But this is not, well, we're not talking about overtime yet, but just in case, 26-23 on January 2nd, 1983, at Tampa Stadium. Then at Soldier Field, December 17, 2006, 34-31, Bears won. Bucks won the recent overtime game, September 21st, 2008, at Soldier Field, 27-24. Reedy will return the kick to the 26. Bernard Reedy, an Uber driver for the special needs, is going to continue with his career, with that career choice, as he's still playing in the National Football League. We are ready for Winston, that has had a decent first half, 11-16. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Has been sacked twice. Buccaneers 227 yards of offense, 262 for the Bears. If I said anything else other than 262, I apologize. Kind of misread, I guess. Jaquez Rogers with the run and the first down. 9 carries, 51 yards for Jaquez Rogers. Former Atlanta Falcon running back. In his debut with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he actually ran for 100 yards in a Monday Night Football win over the Carolina Panthers. Many argued that they wouldn't have beaten Cam Newton if he played, but then that suspicion was not confirmed, as the Buccaneers won the last game of the season against Cam Newton and the Panthers, 17-6, I believe the final was. Cross in motion. Play action fake to Rogers. Winston has some time. He's going to throw. It is caught by Allen Cross to the 45. First catch of the day. 2nd and 3 coming up. Bucks would have had a 21-17 lead. However, Deshaun Jackson had 1 foot come down in the end zone, while the other foot was out of bounds. Winston hands off to Jaquez Rogers. And Rogers, who's also a former Chicago Bear, is going to be marked a few inches short of the first down. Marcus Cooper with a tackle. Third and inches coming up. Hand off to Jaquez Rogers. He has a first down at the Buccaneers 49, close to midfield. Both teams have actually fared quite well on third down, except for a couple situations. One situation for the Bears, I think about 1 or 2 for the Bucks. I think the second one came before halftime. The other one came on 3rd and goal when Deshaun Jackson thought he had the touchdown, but he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. 1st and 10 from the Buccaneer 49. As we're closing trying to get into Bears territory. Jaquez Rogers in the Bears territory to the 45, pass to the 43. He's at the 43-yard line after that run. Cooper with a tackle. 2nd and 2 coming up. I think the strategy for the Bucks here is they're going to try to mismatch their plays of passing and running against the Bears. Jaquez Rogers looks like he's getting strong. Rogers is a former Chicago Bear. Of course, he was also a former Falcon under Mike Smith in Atlanta. Cameron Brate with a catch of the first down. Of course, that was when, in Atlanta, when Rogers was there, Mike Smith was the head coach. Dirk Cutter was the offensive coordinator. As Cameron Brate gets his 2nd catch of the game for a first down, 9-yard completion. O.J. Howard, longest catch for tight ends in this game so far. I think that was on the 3rd drive on the drive for Tampa Bay, which they ended up getting a field goal. 17-17. Coming up on under 7.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. Winston hands off to Jaquez Rogers. Rogers gets to the 23, and he has another Tampa Bay first down. Prince Amukamara, a former New York Giant, with a tackle.
What do you call him? The Fresh Prince of Chicago or Fresh Prince of Chi-Town? And of course, Chicago Bears from Chicago. A lot of championships for the sports teams. Bears with only one Super Bowl title. Chicago Bulls with 6 Super Bowl championships. I think the Blackhawks have at least 3 or 4 Stanley Cups. 1st and 10. Winston. Hands off. No, play action fake to Sims. Throws. It is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, a 23-yard touchdown catch. Back to the Bears. At least both of their baseball teams have won a World Series. White Sox most recently coming in 2005, and of course last year the Chicago Cubs breaking a 108-year curse. Buccaneers here in Tampa have 1 Super Bowl championship. The Storm, Arena Football, 5-time Arena Bowl champions, and the Lightning were 2004 Stanley Cup champions. Extra point by Folk is up and good. The Bears Chicago is one of many cities with all 4 major sports championships. The Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, and of course the Commissioner's Trophy for Major League Baseball, World Series. Tampa Bay leads 24-17. Of course, they're one of a few cities, I guess, to have both a World Series, that have two teams in the same city with at least one World Series win. Los Angeles comes to mind with the Angels and the Dodgers. Chicago with Cubs and White Sox. I don't know who else. Maybe, Mets and Yankees. Excuse me. There we go. 24-17. Buccaneers lead the Bears. 6:40 to go. And here's a return by, I think that's Cunningham. Gets to the Chicago 28. This is where Mike Leonard will take over. Jordan Howard, 10 carries, 64 yards, and a fumble. Lost fumble, that is. 3 catches, 14 yards, 13 touches, 78 yards of offense. Evans with 2 touchdown catches today. Winston throwing 3 touchdown passes. That's why we have a 24-17 game. Glennon has 1 touchdown pass. That's to Kendall Wright. Glennon has impressed me so far. Glennon, play action fake to Howard. Upends Golston. Golston gets back up and gets the sack. Sacked by Will Golston. 2nd and 16 coming up. Tampa Bay's 3rd sack of the game. Watch this. Despite Golston getting upended by Jordan Howard, Golston gets up and says, hey, he didn't finish the job. Look at that. I was playing a video game where one of my defenders, controlled by the computer, hurdled over a guy and rammed the quarterback to the ground with a sack. 2nd and 16. I heard about the spirit of J.J. Watt had last night. Hang on, 2nd and 16, Glennon throws. It is caught by Jordan Howard. Gets back at least 4 yards of the 6 yard loss on a sack. It'll be 3rd and 12. Glennon 17 of 28 so far. Jordan Howard 4 catches, 18 yards. 17-22, 1 touchdown pass for Glennon. And we have a flag on the play. It could be against the Bears, and it looks like it is. I believe that's going to be, yes, 72 offense. Cohen and Bellamy are like, what up, man? Come on. Chris Leno. And there you see, again, John Fox frustrated. 3rd and 17 coming up. Part of the strategy of the Bucs wearing the white jerseys and the away team wearing their home jerseys is, it's part of the Florida Heat, I guess. That's what the strategy is. I've seen the Dolphins and Jaguars use it too. Glennon on 3rd and 17 drops
throws. It is caught by Kendall Wright. Gain of 6, but the Bears are going to punt on 4th and 12. So the sack by Will Golston and the offsides by Chris Leno proves to be costly for the Chicago Bears, as we will see 4th and 12, under 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. O'Donnell's punt is a good one. Humphreys takes it from the 20, taken down at the 23. Adam Humphreys. Nice return. Look at this, 4 catches, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that's on 5 targets to Mike Evans. Evans led the league in most times targeted last year. And of course, Evans even got the NFL Play of the Year, the NFL Honors Awards the night before Super Bowl 51. The night before the Falcons would blow a 28-3 lead against the New England Patriots and lose Super Bowl 51, 34-28 in overtime. Too soon, Falcon fans? I'm sorry. Not sorry, as Demi Lovato would say. Hand off to Jaquez Rogers, gain of 5. Let me rephrase that. Too soon, Falcon fans, on that 28-3 lead you blew in the Super Bowl? Well, to quote Demi Lovato, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Good song, by the way. 2nd and 5. Winston hands off to Rogers, and he gets a first down to the Buccaneer 34. 15 carries, 84 yards. Dirk Cutter, who's the offensive coach and the head coach. Well, Cutter calls most of the plays. That's the relationship he has with Jameis. I've seen this before with the Bucs, with John Gruden and Brad Johnson, have the chemistry they had during their Super Bowl year. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jaquez Rogers. Rogers past the 40, down to the 41. 16 carries, 91 yards. Amos with a tackle, and this will be coming up. Second down and 3 coming up. Excuse me. Water. 2nd and 3. Woodson, play action fake. Has some time, throws, incomplete, nearly intercepted. Danny Trevathan was there to knock that pass down. And can't really see who was, I think it was going to Mike Evans, and from the looks of it, yeah, he was targeting Mike Evans. 3rd and 3 is coming up here. Evans already 4 catches, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Slot receiver is Adam Humphreys, who has a touchdown catch of his own today. 3rd down 3. Woodson throws. It is caught for a first down by Deshaun Jackson. And interesting story. Humphreys traded numbers said he will give Deshaun number 11, wear number 10. Now, I know he didn't have to do that, but that's pretty cool. I mean, I've always heard these stories of teammates saying, hey, you want your number that you had from your previous team? You can have it if you want. I mean, they even tried to offer Peyton Manning number 16 when he played for the Broncos, but Peyton was like, okay with 18. Tried to offer him 16 from his college days, because someone already wore 16 and retired or something. I don't remember what the story was there. Amos with the sack. That's the 3rd sack for the Chicago Bears. 2nd and 19 coming up. Now, when I played the Madden game so far, I've noticed you can do the safety blitz. Like, sometimes I either have Conte or TJ Ward with a sack. Or you can even get like a guy from the secondary nickel blitz in for the sack, whatever.
That might have been the gap press play. I play I like. 2nd and 19. Hands off to Jaquise Rogers. Rogers gains a yard. 17 carries, 92 yards. 3rd tackle for Danny Trevathan, who knocked down a way-up pass to Mike Evans earlier. This is 3rd and 19. Buccaneers from their own 44. Winston on 3rd and 19. Throws. It is caught by Mike Evans to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 56-yard touchdown pass. And it's Mike Evans' 3rd touchdown of the game. Boy, that Bears secondary got scorched by Austin Hooper in week 1. A couple of deep passes, and now Mike Evans is taking advantage of the Bears secondary with 2 touchdown passes, one from 63, this one from 56. Five catches, I believe you can say it's close to 170 yards and 3 touchdowns for Evans. Fitzpatrick holds the extra point for Folk, and it's good. 8 plays, 78-yard drive in 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Buccaneers 31, Bears 17. 2:11 to go in the 3rd quarter. And once again, special congratulations to Super Zom Barbecue on playing his 100,000th game on WWE Supercard. And you know what made it sweeter? You know what's sweeter about it? He actually won in his 100,000th WWE Supercard game. Congratulations, Super Zom Barbecue. JB, you are awesome. Follow him on Twitter at Super Zom Barbecue, and of course, subscribe to his YouTube channel at Super Zom Barbecue. Cunningham with a return. 2:10 to go. Oh! He got nailed by Justin Evans. This is the first one of the year that I got for Cunningham right here. Yo got knocked the fuck out. 18 to 23, 213, and a touchdown for Mike Glennon. Sacked 3 times. Winston has been sacked 3 times in this game. How many of you seen this meme on Facebook or Twitter of Debo from Friday giving that mean look and going, "What hurricane?" Like, yo, I won't give you my money. You what? I lost. Anyway, 1st and 10. Handoff. The play action fake to Glennon. Glennon looking. He's in trouble. He's gonna be sacked by Joe McCoy. 4th sack of the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have seen 7 sacks combined between these 2 defenses. And McCoy takes down Glennon. I wonder if Glennon ever felt McCoy's fury in practice when he was playing here in Tampa. One thing about Gerald McCoy, he did defeat, I believe, Seth Rollins in a game of Madden NFL 17 during Super Bowl week, as we were waiting for Rollins versus Styles in the up, down, down finals. 2nd and 19. Glennon throws. It is caught by Josh Bellamy, taken down by Brent Grimes. 3rd and 9 coming up. Speaking of which, shout out to Up, Down, Down for 1 million subscribers. And of course, also shout out to RU Super Serial, Best in Class, and Diet Trickster. I don't know them personally, but, you know, I do love their work on YouTube. 3rd and 19. Glennon on 3rd and 19. In trouble. He's good. Oh! I thought we were going to see a sack by Ayers, but he avoided a sack and pass is incomplete as the guy caught it out of bounds. 4th and 19 with 1:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Buccaneers will get the ball back on the punt, and they have an opportunity
to pretty much put this game in the bag if they can get a touchdown on the next drive. The Bucs have scored on all drives but except one so far today. O'Donnell punts. And the ball's going to go to Humphreys on the punt return, and Humphreys gets taken down at the 33. 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mike Evans, 5 catches, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's had a 63-yard catch and a 56-yard catch, which was on 3rd and 19, I believe, in the last drive. If there's one weakness in the Bears' defense that I have spotted, it's the secondary. Winston, with the help of Evans, is beginning of that secondary. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jaquez Rogers. Rogers has a first at the 44. His first game of the season, he gets 100 yards. 18 carries, 103 yards. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the third quarter, excuse me. Clock's winding down. Commentary because I was unable to, fulfill my obligations because I didn't have my mic. But I have my mic this week. 1st and 10. Rogers. Play action fake. Winston throws. It is caught. First down, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate, his 3rd catch of the game. Total yards, 420. 420. Most of you guys who are in states where they legalize marijuana know what I'm talking about. Which I don't get the whole 420 thing anyway. 3 catches, 40 yards for Cameron Brate, and this will be the end of the third quarter. Prince Amuka Demora, however you pronounce his last name, has 6 tackles a game. Mike Evans, it's been the Mike Evans show. 5 catches, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. Winston has thrown 4 touchdown passes, the other one being to Adam Humphreys. Bucs 31, Bears 17. And this is Josh 9180 as we start the 4th and final quarter of our first of 8 straight live stream games. And folks, after this game, I will be taking a break to type up a stat sheet and post on my Twitter page. Go to twitter.com/JB9180SMHR. SMHR stands for Social Media Host Revolution. 1st and 10 from the 25. Winston, play action fake. Throws. It is caught by Chris Godwin for a first down. The rookie out of Penn State. 2nd catch of his NFL career, 2 catches, 22 yards. And the Buccaneers are in the red zone as the cannons usually fire at this time when they're in the red zone. I guess they hadn't set that up for the game either. And there's one update you got to fix. Have the cannon fire once when they get into the red zone. And next update. 1st and 10 from the 12. Winston looking, throws. It is caught by Deshaun Jackson to the Bears 4-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. 4 catches, 50 yards for Deshaun Jackson. Danny Trevathan with the tackle. Buccaneers do not have to get a touchdown here because they are already up 2 touchdowns. But then again, if they can get a touchdown, it's good. As long as defense can hold down the fort the rest of the game. Winston, play action fake. He's looking. Throws, caught by Allen. Cross. Fumble at the goal line. Recovered by Danny Trevathan. And the Buccaneers turn it over on the fumble as Cross was trying to get into the end zone. Wait a minute. Was Danny Trevathan was a ball out of bounds when Trevathan was going? Nope, they're saying it wasn't. So Glennon's going to start the drive from his own 2. That looked close, folks. I mean,
I'm saying they review it. They have to review to see if Trevathan recovered the ball. Well, not inbounds, but from the looks of it, he barely recovered the ball inbounds. Both teams have a turnover, a lost fumble. Jordan Howard for the Bears lost fumble. Alan Cross for the Bucs lost a fumble. Glennon backed up his zone 2. Howard takes a handoff and gets taken down at the 5. 11 carries, 68 yards for Jordan Howard. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Levante David with the tackle. Second and 6 from the 5. Close between the 5 and the 6, looks like. Glennon's got a little breathing. Glennon hand off, trying to get more breathing room. He gets a first down instead, and TJ Ward gets in there to tackle him. Howard, 12 carries, 81 yards on the day. He has 4 catches, 18 yards, which gives him 99 yards on 16 touches and a lost fumble. Boy, the Buccaneers were driving, trying to put the game away with a touchdown pass to Alan Cross, and then all of a sudden a fumble at the goal line happens. Lennon on 1st and 10. Throws. It is caught by Josh Bellamy. First down, Bears. Brent Grimes with the tackle. Bears have time to come back from a 14-point deficit to try to tie this game here in the 4th quarter. Now, let me scratch what I said earlier. The Bucs now have to, defense has to hold down the fort because they couldn't get a touchdown because of the fumble at the goal line. 1st and 10. Glennon for the 3rd. Here's a snap and the shotgun throws. It is caught by Deion Sims. Taken down quickly by number 58, Quan Alexander. 5 catches, 76 yards. Quan Alexander. I remember first time I noticed him was a game against the Atlanta Falcons, and I think he even got more notice. Made himself known a little more when he played against the Eagles. Bears 13 rushes, 27 passes. So if you count the sacks, it's like 31 plays. 2nd and 6. Throws incomplete, nearly intercepted by Vernon Hargraves. 2nd-year player out of the University of Florida. Native of Tampa, Florida. Played his high school ball, I think, at Wharton High School. Yeah, Wharton High School, Vernon Hargraves. College ball, University of Florida. And professional football here in Tampa, Florida. 3rd and 6. Marcus Wheaton in the slot. Glennon has some time. Throws. It's caught by Wheaton for a first down. Marcus Wheaton has been one of the lone bright spots for the Bears, besides Jordan Howard. 5 catches, 76 yards. Quan Alexander with a tackle there. Alexander making sure he didn't get any further. Buccaneers and Bears each have a turnover. Defenses have combined to force 2 turnovers and 7 sacks between these 2 defenses. 1st and 10 from the 42. Glennon dropping back. Throws. It is caught by Jordan Howard. And Howard has a first down at the Tampa Bay 39. Under 6.5 to go. Mike Glennon making some right decisions now when it looked like Tampa Bay was going to stop him on 3rd down earlier. I mean, other than the catch by Cross, which resulted in a fumble at the goal line, Jameis Winston has had a decent game. This drive for the Bears started from their 2. 1st and 10. 6 minutes left. Glennon throws deep. It is caught by Josh Bellamy at the Tampa Bay 15. First down, Bears. A 24-yard catch on First and 10 from the 39. Results in the Bears getting a first down. John Fox seems to think his team has what it takes to come back here. This is a good game so far. Actually, despite the fact the Bucs have had leads of 14 point, leads of 14, 10, and 14, whatever. I've had 3 double-digit leads in this game. This has been a pretty decent game. False start against the offense. Kyle Massey, or actually not Kyle Massey, Massey, whatever his first name is, gets called for the false start. First and 15 from the 20. Momentum could get killed there if they allow it to happen there. Excuse me, folks, I had a little water. First and 15. 5:34 left in the game. Glenn throws. It is caught by Marcus Wheaton, his 6th catch of the game. 6 catches, 82 yards for the former Pittsburgh Steeler. This will bring up 2nd and 9. As it was 1st and 15, it was 6-yard completion. Juan Alexander with 6 tackles. Individually, that is. Total-wise, I don't know. Because they don't show total-wise. McGlennon on 2nd and 9 from the 14. Has time. He has a ton of time. Throws. It is caught. Oh, what a hit! Oh, Lavonte David on Kendall Wright. He caught it and paid for it. Kendall Wright, you got knocked the fuck out. Lavonte David with the hit to prevent him from getting the first down at the 5. It'll be 3rd down 1 from about the 6. Deion Sims in the slot. Glennon on 3rd and 1. Throws. Caught by Wheaton. First down Bears at the 3. First and goal to go. Bears at the Buccaneers 3. 7 catches, 86 yards for Marcus Wheaton. He may not be getting as deep as Mike Evans has gotten in this game, but he is making some catches when it counts. Lavonte David and Chris Conte with the combined for that tackle there. First and goal from the 3. We're coming up on 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Glennon, shotgun, and it's going to be against the Bears, I believe, for a false start. They started this drive from their own 2. Sitting with the call against them for a false start. First and goal from the 8 now, after that false start penalty. I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of other penalties in this game. I'll have to review maybe update the how often the penalty is called. Man in motion for the Bears. Hand off to Jordan Howard. Howard down to the 4. 2nd and goal. He gains 4 of the 5 yards lost on that penalty. Robert Ayers Jr. with the tackle. Ayers failed on a sack earlier on Mike Glennon on the Bears' previous drive. I'll tell you, that turnover by Tampa Bay at the goal line sort of woke the Bears up from hibernation, if you will. 2nd and 4. Glennon has some time. Mike Glennon in trouble. Throws. Caught. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. Jordan Howard makes it 31-23 with the extra point coming up. 3:33 to go in the ball game. Mike Glennon's 2nd touchdown pass of the day. And this drive was a 98-yard drive that started from the Chicago 2. After the recover fumble by Danny Trevathan, 13 plays, 93 yards officially in 5 minutes and 24 seconds.
But this drive did start at the Chicago 2. I guess when you take into account of the penalties and junk, that's what happens. 20 Bucks now have a 31-24 lead. 3:33 remaining in the game. The Bears defense needs to shut down the Bucks offense in order to have a chance to tie this game. But like I mentioned earlier, the Bucks are 2-1 all time against the Chicago Bears in overtime. And yes, all 3 of those overtime games were decided by game-winning field goals. Ryan Smith with a return to the 20, down to the 22. But of course, none of those overtimes I don't think have happened during the era of change in overtimes, where the opponent scores a field goal, then the other team has to try to match the field goal or a touchdown, or if your team scores a touchdown on the first drive, you win. Those overtime rules were changed after what happened with the Saints and the Vikings in that controversial NFC title game, which the Saints milked the entire clock going downfield to get the game-winning field goal, or pretty much damn near the entire clock in overtime. Winston on play action fake on first down. On the 22, throws, caught by Jaquez Rogers to the 45, 45, 50, 45, down to the 43. A huge catch and run by Jaquez Rogers. First down, Tampa Bay. That was a 30... Let me see if I got my math right. About a 35-yard catch and run, 28 yards after the catch. What a move Rodgers put on Young there. And it looks like Tampa Bay has put themselves almost in position to set up for a field goal to try to put the game out of reach with make an 11-point lead, maybe. That was an outstanding play. Catch and run by Jaquez Rogers in the run. They're going to call it a 36-yard catch and run. Hand off to Jaquez Rogers, and Rogers gets taken down after a short gain. 105 yards on the ground. Both Rogers and I think Jordan Howard have all the running back yardage. 2nd and 8 from the 41. Buccaneers trying to wrap up this game as they are up by a touchdown. 2-minute warning is going to start right here. We've reached a 2-minute warning. Buccaneers 31, Bears 24. 2nd and 8 from the 41 coming up as the Buccaneers are trying to put this in a 10-point lead. Excuse me, not 11-point lead. This is Josh9180 here on the YouTube live stream on youtube.com/user/Josh9180. And folks, I will post not just the stats, but I will post the link to this game on my Twitter page in case you want to rewatch it. This has been a pretty decent first game of the live stream, of my 8 live streams in a row that I'm going to be doing. Holy shit. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to go. Howard in motion. Handoff to Rodgers. Rodgers taken down at the 43. Timeout, Chicago Bears. 3rd and 10 coming up. Young with the tackle. And you can see right now the Buccaneers are trying to avoid giving the ball back to the Chicago Bears, with the game being a 7-point game, 31-24, 1 minute 56 remaining. Mike Glennon drove the Bears from their own 2-yard line after a recovered fumble all the way to the end zone for a Jordan Howard touchdown catch to make it 31-24. It was 31-17 after Jameis Winston had 2 touchdown passes
so far in the second half. Winston hands off to Charles Sims. First carry of the game, no gain. 4th and 10, timeout Bears. Bears now have 1 timeout remaining. And this is looking like this could come down to going to go down to the wire. Buccaneers have had a 14-0 lead, a 17-10 lead, and a 31-17 lead. Despite having three double-digit leads in this game, this has been a pretty decent game for both teams. Bears have a shot to possibly tie this game up, or if they want to go for 2 in the win, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, a lot of stuff, crazy stuff, has always happened on my live streams. You go back to the first live stream, one of my first live streams last year with Philadelphia and Cleveland. You want to check that out? Check that out on the Madden NFL 17 live stream playlist. Of course, it's deep down the list. You know, if you want to go deep down the list, look for Cleveland versus Philadelphia, as that was crazy ending. Anger with the punt, and they punt it down to the 12-yard line. 1:47 and 1 timeout for the Bears. So it's a 4-catch, 68-yard start for Marcus Wheaton, 3 catches, 18 yards. But the last drive, 3 catches, 18 yards. Last drive, he made a couple of those big catches on the last drive, which helped the Bears drive all the way from their 2-yard line to the end zone. That was a long drive by the Chicago Bears. That's our drive of the game, I guess. Glennon in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 12. Glennon under heat throws. It is incomplete. Grimes with a coverage on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Josh Bellamy, the intended receiver. Watch this right here. Bellamy looked like he was going to catch it, but somehow Brent Grimes reached in there and knocked it away. Bellamy, I think, wanted pass interference. Bears only 14 rushes, 36 passes. Glennon on 2nd and 10 is in trouble. Throws. It is caught for a 1st down by Sims, I believe. Yeah. Glennon in the pistol on 1st and 10 from his own 27. Glennon in trouble. In trouble. He's going to be sacked. Chris Baker gets a sack. He has a sack and a half in this game. His first full sack as a Buccaneer. A lot of new Buccaneers on this team this year. 2nd and 17. Throws. Caught by Deion Sims. Taken down by Quan Alexander. Hurry up with under a minute to go. 3rd and 13. That was a 7-catch game for Deion Sims. Alexander was a solo tackle. Glennon on 3rd and 13. Has time. Throws deep. It is caught for a 1st down at the Buck 17 by Marcus Wheaton. 40 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. A long run to the 17-yard line by Glennon and company. And a spike to stop the clock with 30 seconds to go. 31-24. Tampa Bay leads with Glennon having the game of his life on this live stream. Bunch formation, 2nd and 10. Throws. It is caught. No, incomplete. He dropped it. TJ Ward in there to make sure the intended receiver didn't catch it. I believe the intended receiver is Kendall Wright. Brent Grimes and TJ Ward getting in there. It looked like he was going to catch it, but he didn't. He lost control of it as he went to the ground. 3rd and 10 from the Bucs 17. Oh, I'm going to be posting these 3rd down stats for both teams in this game. Wheaton in the slot. He has made some big catches in this game. And a false start on the offense. I believe that's going to be Long, number 70. 25 seconds remaining. Actually, that's Massey. Excuse me. I don't know. Who is it? Is it Leno again? I apologize, folks. I can't identify the last name so easily right now. 3rd and 15 with 25 seconds remaining. It's now from the Tampa Bay 22. Slot receiver is Deion Sims. Wheaton near the top of your screen. Glennon has some time. Glennon has tons of time. Golston coming at him, but he's held up, throws, caught, touchdown, Chicago Bears, just bounty. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game with 15 seconds remaining. We're looking at a potential overtime here in this game. Unbelievable. "15 seconds left. And this is really going to be a huge extra point for Connor Barth. Timeout Tampa Bay. They're going to ice the kicker. And I've seen this strategy before, folks. I mean, it was the first home game after the year after the Bucs won the Super Bowl against Carolina, or after they won 21-0 in Week 1 against Philadelphia. Bucs tied up the game at 9. Was going for the extra point for the win, but the extra point got blocked by Julius Peppers, and when the overtime, Tampa Bay would lose that game. It was Martin Gramatica who was the kicker, by the way. 2003. So the Buccaneers are in a similar situation. If they can block the extra point or force Barth to miss it as they iced them right here, then the Bucs could go on the win. 15 seconds remaining. Extra point by Barth is up. And it's going to be good. We are tied at 31. The Bears have overcome 3 deficits of 10 points or more, 2 of them being 14-point deficits, to be in this position to tie the game at 31. 15 seconds remaining. Unless there's a crazy return by the Bucs or a kickoff out of bounds by the Bears, we have no chance of seeing the Bucs get a game-winning field goal attempt here. Connor Barth's got to be smart with his kickoff here. And again, the Buccaneers are 2-1 all-time in overtime against the Chicago Bears. Ryan Smith's going to return the ball. And remember last year, the Cleveland-Philadelphia game I was telling you about, Cleveland had a huge kick return and got to where, on the live stream, Robert Griffin III threw a game-winning touchdown pass against the Eagles. This is after they blocked an extra point and returned it for 2. Again, go to my Madden NFL 7's live streams. Look for Cleveland versus Philadelphia on my playlist, my Madden NFL 17 live stream playlist, and you'll see what I mean. 12 seconds left. Bucs have 2 timeouts, but I doubt they're going to even go ahead and try to attempt to tie this game. Hand off to Jaquise Rogers. Rogers, timeout Tampa Bay. 7 seconds remaining. Why? I'm surprised they even ran a play. I mean, I would have just, kneeled it down and just went ahead and go into overtime. 31-31. I mean, first of 8 live streams in a row, folks. And if you're wondering about the overtime situation, again, Tampa Bay is 2-1 all time in overtime against the Chicago Bears. I'll let you in on some of the on the history. And Bucs are lining up for maybe a Hail Mary pass here. Winston, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep throw downfield. It is incomplete. And we are going into overtime. And folks, keep in mind, in overtime, there must be a winner. In the regular season, there must be a winner. In the postseason, you pretty much have to keep going until we have a winner. The Bears with 2 touchdowns in the fourth to tie this one up. And folks, we are in overtime. Bears won the toss, and they, yep. And the way that Glennon has played in the second half, has played in this game, you would think they won. The Buccaneers won the first ever overtime meeting against the Bears on January 2nd, 1983. It was Bill Capice with a 33-yard field goal. It was after Tampa Bay overcome the 23-6 deficit to tie it at 23. And then they didn't have another overtime until December 17th in Chicago, 2006. Robbie Gould with a game-winning 25-yard field goal. It was a game where Tim Rattay was the starting quarterback for the Bucs. As the Bears will take over from the 21 to start this overtime, 1st and 10. And the last overtime meeting, it was Matt Bryant, 21-yard field goal. That's after Greasy hit Stevens with a 1-yard touchdown pass to tie the game up. Seven seconds left in the ball game. As Glennon on 1st and 10 throws. Almost intercepted by Levante David. You had David and I believe Quan Alexander in the area for that pick attempt. Yeah, Levante David was there. Quan Alexander was going to try to come in to catch it on the tip. As I like to call it, catch it on the rebound, you know. 2nd and 10. TJ Ward, there you see former Bear. 2nd and 10 right here for the Buccaneers. Here's a snap. Glennon, play action fake. Glennon's going to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got another catch to Josh Bellamy for a 1st down. Glennon, 33 of 43, 435, 3 touchdowns. Bellamy has been an awesome target for him today. 6 catches, 107 yards, and the game-tying touchdown. Hargraves with a tackle. Conte got in there to help. This will be 1st and 10 as they are in Buccaneer territory yet again. There's no question about it. Mike Glennon wants to win this game. .550 left. Handoff to Jordan Howard. Howard gets a 1st down at the 38. 14 carries, 99 yards. He's had a decent game today. You have to think, and believe me, if this was actually a real game, you have to think the Bucs were a little rusty on defense, not having played in week 1 against the Dolphins because it was a Hurricane Irma. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jordan Howard. Oh, he got run over by Quan Alexander. You got knocked the fuck out, Mr. Howard. 2nd down and 11 here. Oh boy. Five minutes to go in the game, in overtime. This would be the game if there's no score. Sims was targeted 8 times, as it shows. Quant, no, incomplete. It's overthrown, intended for Sims. The Bears and Bucs almost equal in time of possession. Bucs have a 6-second advantage, but that's going to be eclipsed on this next play, possibly. The 39, this would be a 56-yard field goal attempt if Connor Barth wants to attempt. Slot receivers Deion Sims. 4:50 left. 3rd and 11. Throws. It is almost intercepted. Grimes almost had it. Ward almost caught it on the rebound. 4:45 remaining, and the Buccaneers. And remember, if the Bears can get the field goal, the Bears score a field goal here, the game still continues. The Bucs would have to either match it with the field goal, or score a touchdown to win. But no, they're not going to attempt a 56-yard field goal. O'Donnell's going to punt. I think this is only about the 4th or 5th time he's punted today. Not many punts from either team. Bucs, I think, have 2 punts. Out of bounds at the 18. That's where the Buccaneers will take over with Jameis Winston. This happened. The reason why we're here. Bucs had a 31-17 lead. They were about to put the game away with a touchdown pass from Winston across. Cross fumbled the goal line. Danny Trevathan recovered the 2. Glennon led the Bears downfield for a touchdown on a very long drive of 17 plays and over 90 yards. Then Glennon got the ball in the 2-minute offense and tied the game up with a touchdown pass to Bellamy. Jordan Howard and Bellamy each got the touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Pass catches in the 4th quarter from Mike Glennon. 1st and 10. Throws. It is caught by Cameron Brate. And Brate, a 2-yard loss on that play. And Brate was like, my bad on that play. But I guess the Bears were all over Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. This is where you would want to go deep to Evans or Jackson. We had one overtime game that was a crazy one between the Steelers and Browns last week. If you watched my live streams, of course, I couldn't call that game because I didn't have my microphone. So I had to hear the other guys called the action, Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis. And here's a catch by Jacquizz Rodgers, his 2nd catch of the day. 2 catches, 46 yards. He had a huge 36-yard completion, which we thought could have helped Tampa Bay get a field goal to put this game away with a 10-point game. But they weren't able to get in range for the field goal. Humphreys in the slot here on 3rd and 1. If you can't try to get the win, you must play to preserve a tie. Evans with the catch for the 1st down. His 6th catch of the day. 6 catches, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Under 3.5 to go in the overtime. Kiwatowski with the tackle. We had one tie on one of my live streams last year. Again, that was Saints versus Falcons. And like I mentioned in my defense, that was because both teams kept running the damn ball when they should have been passing just to get in the field goal range. Or try to see if they can get a deep pass for a touchdown. 1st and 10 from 36. Winston. Under heat. In trouble. Throws on the run. Caught incomplete. Intended for, I think, Mike Evans. Or I think it was Cameron Brate was the intended receiver. It's hard to tell on that play. I'm looking on my YouTube, on the YouTube replay because it's a delay. Even I can't tell. This is 2nd and 10. 3 minutes left. Rodgers on the handoff. Trying to get to the 1st down marker at the 45. He gets to the 45, but he'll be short by a few inches. Quentin Demps with a tackle. This will bring up 3rd and inches. We are under 3 minutes remaining in overtime in the game, if you want to be technical about it. The Bears had a long drive that stalled at the Buccaneer 39, and they decided to punt rather than attempt a 56-yard field goal, which would have given them a 3-point lead, and the Bucs would have had a shot to score or a field goal to tie or a touchdown to win. Remember, the next score wins in this situation. 3rd and inches. Hand off. Jacquizz Rodgers. He has a 1st down as we're under 2.5 minutes remaining.
And of course, the 2-minute offense for Jameis Winston. We're going to see it coming up here because the 2-minute warning is coming up. This is probably going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay had both their timeouts, so do the Chicago Bears. We are tied at 31. 23 carries, 121 yards for Jacquizz Rodgers here in this game. Bucs have a chance to get the playoff for a 2-minute warning. This will be a big decision for Winston, and hands off to Rodgers. Gets close to midfield as we have reached a 2-minute warning. Third tackle for Kiewatowski. 2 minutes to go. Oh, wait. We don't do 2-minute warnings in overtime. My apologies, folks. Under 2 minutes remaining. Buccaneers, 2nd and 9. Winston throws. It is caught by Cameron Brate. Short of the first down marker, 3rd and 1. You got to wonder, why aren't they just hurrying up? And minute 20 left in the game. Minute 15 now. 3rd and 1. Another huge decision for Jameis Winston here. Will it be a good one? Hands off to Charles Sims. He got the first down at the 39. Timeout, Tampa Bay. They're closing in on field goal range as we are 1 minute and 1 second left in this ball game. Remember, if there is no winner, this will be automatically a tie. Boy, what a start to my marathon, to my live stream marathon, huh? First and 10. Bucs trying to get in field goal position to win. They're going for the win pretty much here. Winston looks, throws, caught by Deshaun Jackson. A huge catch for a first down at the 29. Actually, no, excuse me, short of the first down, 2nd and inches. 5th catch of the day for Deshaun Jackson. And we are under 50 seconds remaining. Now remember, a timeout for the Bears can ice Nick Folk. If this situation was, if the Buccaneers had Roberto Aguayo, then they would be concerned about this. But I'm sure they can trust Nick Folk in a game-winning situation. Winston throws, caught by Mike Evans, first down at the 20. His, I believe, 7th catch. Yes, 7 catches, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. 20 seconds remaining. Timeout, Tampa Bay. And I think it's time to bring on the field goal unit. 37-yard field goal could very well win this game. 20 seconds remaining. I don't even know why this game even went in overtime. I mean, actually I do know why, because a fumble at the goal line by Alan Cross cost the Bucs a chance to go up by 3 touchdowns. It would have made it 38-17. But a fumble at the goal line, and what in the world is this? 20 seconds. Hands off to Rodgers. Rodgers is tackled inbounds. What the hell is this crap? Buccaneers will not get the field goal off. It's going to end in a 31-31 tie. I apologize, folks. Oh, whoa. What now? I'm sorry, what the hell's going on here? Apparently we're getting an extra 6.5. Or 4.5. What the hell's this here, folks?
Folks, I don't know what's going on here. 4.5 to go. I guess in overtime. Throws, caught, touchdown, Tampa Bay! Deshaun Jackson and the Buccaneers are going to win it overtime. 37-31 is the final score. Jameis Winston's 5th touchdown pass of the game wins it in overtime for the Buccaneers. Folks, I gotta tell you, I don't know what happened there, okay? I don't know. Beats me. Bucs win 37-31. This is Josh Nylane signing off for this game, but I will be back for my second game later on as I will put the stats on twitter.com/JB9180SMHR. Of course, the link to my Twitter page is in the description. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next live stream a little later.